Stay tuned for your weekly news review on STVS.
Hello and welcome to your weekly news in review in English on STVS. I am your presenter, Surona Norton. Residents of Tamanrejo in Komowena may keep their homes and plots between the Lifon and Mandurweg. On Thursday, 14 March, the judge ruled in this matter in favor of the residents. The residents took this issue to court because the place where they are living had been claimed by a developer who said to be the rightful owner. More than 100 families had to evacuate the area. To stand up for their interests, the residents formed a committee. Last year, the residents got a court order to clear their houses and they were summoned to appear in court. Water pollution and awareness about safe drinking water are two very important points in the project Capacity Building in Drinking Water Supply in Suriname. That's according to Sven Schaukunfa, director of the Suriname Water Company SWM. The plan was officially handed over to the various partners on Thursday, March 14. The project focuses on capacity development in the drinking water sector in Suriname. Vitens Evidus, World WaterNet, the Foundation Development Fund for the Interior, the Office for the Services to NGOs, and the Anton de Kom University of Suriname are the partners working together on this project. A steering committee and a project management team are installed for coordinating this project. The operation is divided into 6 phases, where awareness raising is one of the most important, says the director. According to him, water pollution also gets special attention. The project has a budget of more than €1.25 million, of which about 70% is financed by the European Union and the rest by the partners. No Wakti or Don't Wait is the name of the campaign to encourage visa applicants to make an appointment with the Dutch embassy in time. It turns out that persons who wish to apply for a visa usually make an appointment at the embassy too late. On Thursday, March 14, the Dutch embassy held a press conference regarding the matter. For the campaign, flyers, leaflets, radio spots were made, and a website was launched. The attendees of the press conference could listen to the first radio spot via the website. About 60 appointments are being handled daily by the visa department of the Dutch embassy. During the peak periods, usually from mid-March to mid-September, additional staff is usually deployed in the embassy to help visa applicants. The construction of the new power station of the Energy Company of Suriname, EBS, at the Saramaka-straat should cover the need for energy. The EBS wants to construct a power station with a capacity of 84 megawatts to increase power generation and energy supply to the high-voltage grid in Paramaribo. The new power station will stand next to the existing central control building of the EBS at the Saramaka-straat. On Thursday, March 14, the company scheduled a presentation for the public in connection with the construction of the power station, but few persons showed up, so it was cancelled. During the presentation, the local residents would have the opportunity to express their concerns about the construction of the power station. Also, the effects related to the environment could be indicated. The consultancy company SRK is in charge of a draft study on the power station. Future concerns will be taken into account in the study plan. The public is given the opportunity to comment on the plan. The local residents can express their concerns until April 3 at the EBS, and it is expected that the results of the study will be ready in late May. The Anti-Discrimination Week started on Saturday, March 16. For the official opening of the week, a meeting was held at the Valiant Square. Among the attendees were the Millennium Development Goals Youth Ambassadors, the CARICOM Youth Ambassadors, the President of the National Youth Parliament, the Minister and the Director of Sport and Youth Affairs. The presentations of the various speakers focused mainly on actually showing that racism and discrimination should be banned by daily actions. According to the President of the National Youth Parliament, Daryl Boto, it occurs much too often that people favor or discriminate against each other based on ethnicity. Reinel Enfield was referring to the dissimulation policy of Governor Kielstra as one of the events which has promoted the division among the Surinamese people. Enfield has called on the community not to see this special week as a traditional event, but to work all together towards the purpose of Anti-Discrimination Week. Minister Adner spoke about the diversity within the community. To show that they are against racism and discrimination, attendees placed their painted hands on a piece of cloth. For this week, there are numerous activities related to the elimination of racism and discrimination. It turns out that the English version of the final declaration of the 19th meeting, Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, CELAC, does not match the Spanish one. On Friday, 15 March, the last day and also the closing of the 19th meeting of culture ministers of the CELAC, no compromise could be found between the Spanish and English-speaking countries to come to a final design. Latin America and Caribbean countries came together on Thursday and Friday last week to develop a policy in the field of culture. The Vice President of the CELAC meeting, the Minister of Culture and Youth Affairs of Jamaica, Lisa Hanna, believes that the meeting could be more effective if the Spanish-speaking countries are given the opportunity to translate the English version into Spanish. Hanna added that language must not be a barrier. It turns out that the English version did not correspond with the Spanish one. According to the president of the meeting, the Minister of Education of Suriname, Shirley Sitaldin, the meeting is important for the development of the cultural policy for the society. With the contribution of Guyana to put improvements and additions in the final declaration, the English version was adopted on Friday, March 15. Regarding the Spanish version, Cuba has 2 weeks to send the translation to the participating countries. The countries also get 2 weeks in order to give feedback. The GPRS device at the control room of the police records the way in which agents deal with service cars. This means that any police vehicle riding out of a police station to an incident is tracked for speed and location. Hemant Kumar Sarjo, head of the emergency room, indicates that now that will be watched better. He admits that there are police officers who use service vehicles for other purposes, but now, if caught doing so, they will be immediately reprimanded. Minister Edward Belfort of Justice and Police said last year that all excess service vehicles will be withdrawn. He noted that some departments and officials have multiple service vehicles among themselves, while other sections have a deficit. Green Heritage Fund Suriname is working on a regional action plan to protect marine mammals. The action plan will include the provision of the marine mammals with their own protective strip. Monique Pohl, director of the Green Heritage Fund Suriname, indicates that the animals will be protected against all kinds of threats such as oil and gas explorations, fisheries, climate change, and deterioration of the ocean environment. Monday, the follow-up workshop on protective areas for marine mammals started. Almost 10 countries took part, including Colombia, French Guyana, France, the Netherlands Antilles, Venezuela, Brazil, Guyana, Trinidad, and Tobago. Suriname acted as host country. The new polyvinyl chloride driving licenses were introduced on Tuesday. The preparation for the new driver's license took about 1 year. Chief of Traffic Huno Linus, Police Chief Humphrey Chinlipshi, the Minister of Justice and Police Edward Belfort, and the Attorney General Subhas Poonwasi gave more information on the new driving licenses. There are many security features in the new license to better prevent forgery. The license is difficult to counterfeit, and at inspections on the street by police officers, false driver's licenses can now easily be detected. Furthermore, licenses can now be obtained a few hours after examination for or renewal of a driver's license, making the long rows at the department a thing of the past. The introduction of the driver's license is also extended to the district of Nikeri. In the Maripasula region, which belongs to French Guyana, a diarrhea epidemic has broken out. This disease is accompanied by vomiting and severe fever. Of the approximately 15 people of Brazilian descent who, over the weekend, were treated in hospital, 8 died. Deputy Director of the Office for Public Health Care, BOG Wimbacher, indicates that the BOG is aware of this situation. But what exactly is going on, he cannot indicate. The BOG has made contact with the French authorities to learn more about this yet unknown disease. According to information from a reporter of the STVS who was in the area at that time, more patients from the village of Dorlin have been taken to the hospital in Maripasula. On Wednesday, another death was reported as a result of this illness. 2 women of Surinamese descent who were taken for treatment left the hospital in Maripasula to seek treatment in Suriname. And that takes us to the end of your weekly news and review in English on STVS. For more information, you can visit our website, that's www.stvs.sr. I am Sarona Norton. Thank you for joining us.